Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic week. Today's video is going to be how I clean out my birds' cages. Now I'm just going to show me doing the boys' cage because it's kind of the same for all 4 cages, so you don't just see it 4 times. But I'm going to show you what I do, what I use, and how quick and easy I managed to do it based on the things that I use. So first of all, let's get the boys out so they can go and play over on the play stand with David. So here are the boys, they're ready to go. They may end up just flying around during the shot. But they're going to have a great time and they're really interested in my hoodie today, which is always fun. But they're going to sit over here with David on the play stand and have some tasty snacks. Go. Good boys. And then I get the fun job of cleaning out. So this here is everything I'm going to be using to clean out the birds. So I'll show you down here first. I've got my trusty dustpan and brush and a bucket to put all of the old bedding in. I've also got some kitchen roll. Some people use cloths and that is more environmentally friendly, but we go through so much and using lots of water to do loads and loads of washes I don't think necessarily balances it out. And then I also use F10, which is an avian safe veterinary strength disinfectant, and I pop it in this bottle that I have reused, and I have put labels over it saying F10 just in case anyone recognises the bottle in the comments. I definitely don't use what was originally in the bottle. I use F10 and I dilute that at 5 mils to 500 mils of water, and then that is nice and safe and gets rid of any bacteria and viruses, fungi or anything else nasty in there. And then for bedding we use easichick. So I'm actually a brand ambassador for easichick, which is awesome because we absolutely love them. We've used easybed before and easichick, and now we are set on easichick, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the benefits of it later on in the video. So before I get cleaning, the first thing I do is take out the food and water bowls, because obviously if I'm spraying F10 everywhere, I don't want that ending up in the food and water. And as you can see, they've got, oh, I'm dropping everywhere. They've got a lovely healthy breakfast here with lots of goodies like red cabbage, calendula flowers, cress, broccoli, and some of that will be on the base of the cage for me to clean up as well. Next up, I'll take out any floor toys or any kind of salvageable pieces of toy that they've broken off and dropped on the floor, because I can make these into DIY toys. Scampy's getting really excited about the concept of that, so I'll just pop these to one side and put them back in afterwards. So this is what it looks like inside the cage at the moment before I get started cleaning. A couple of things I wanted to point out. Firstly, the cage looks very bare, and that is because I take out most of the toys of an evening, because the birds sometimes have night frights if there are big toys that create lots of shadows or move in the night. So I like to keep it bare, and then in the morning I can replace it with different toys every single day, which makes it really enriching. There's also a couple of poops on the perches. I try and keep them as clean as physically possible, because if you keep on top of the cleaning, then it's not so bad. As I said, there'll also be some bits of vegetables and things down here from breakfast, but I just wanted to talk about the base of the cage. As I said before, we don't use bars, we use a substrate, and it's super easy to keep on top of the cleaning. So I actually poo pick the cage twice a day, and it literally, well, for all 4 cages, it takes me about 2 minutes. So it's really, really easy to do. I take up any old poo or vegetables from the day. I do it in the morning and the evening, but there's always going to be some kind of feathers and toy parts and things like that in there. So that is what the cage looks like to start off with. So the next thing I'll do is I'll take my brush and I'll just brush all over the bars. Now I do this because, especially for the cockatiels, they are powdery down birds. So they have this powder down all in their feathers, and when they fluff up or preen or just go about their daily business, there gets dust absolutely everywhere. So I like to just give it a brush down before I do anything else, just to try and get some of that off of the bars. So I'll just do it like this. It also helps get off any kind of old food, anything like that. It's usually quite bad on the doors or any ledges on the cage. Just give it a really good once over, just to make sure that I can get off any excess dust before I do anything else. So the next thing I'm going to do is spray everything down with my F10 solution. That's going to loosen up any old poos, any kind of food that might be stuck on there. It'll also catch lots of that dust all together, and it'll be really easy to wipe off as well. So I'm just going to try and spray all of the perches. I'm going to get the rope perches at the back. The sandy perch here, this is a particularly bad one that they like to poop on, which is very naughty of them. I'll get the shell perch at the back there, which is fine to get the F10 on. If it gets on any of the toys, that's not a problem either, just because, you know, they can be clean too with the F10. And then once I have sprayed everything, I'm just going to leave it to sit, just to loosen up any kind of old poo, as I said, or any food, and then I'll wipe it all over with the kitchen roll. So So once I've sprayed everything and wiped it over, I'll just go and check all of the perches, see if they need another spray and wipe. I'll check if any of the bars need to be wiped as well in case there's any food all over it. And then the next part is to take out the whole tray and clean up all of the bedding. Now normally I would just kind of climb into the cage almost and scoop that up, but it doesn't look great for a video. So I'm going to take the whole tray out today and show you what I do. So I've got the boys' tray out now. Now if you've seen my life hacks video, you'll know that we place some cardboard underneath our tray to prop it up, which means we don't have to have the bars there because sometimes there's a big gap. So I'll make sure I'll replace that once I put the tray back into the cage. Now it's really hard to clean out Scampy when we do this because when we pull out his tray, he just absolutely loves foraging in it. So he sees it as a big foraging tray, so when we pull it out, he's always getting in the way and trying to help. It's quite funny, but the boys prefer to just sit with David when we're cleaning them out, so that's quite useful. So what I normally do with this is I'll just scoop it all up with my dustpan and brush, pop it into the bucket, and then I'll show you what's next. So next up, David's waving in the TV, if you can see him, he's my cameraman today. I'm going to spray the tray with my F10, so I'm going to spray it now. And you can see on here there is some kind of dried on poops and stuff like that, so sometimes I'll leave the F10 to sit for a little bit, but I just give it a really good spray. And then I'll use my kitchen roll again to wipe it off. If there's anything super stubborn, I'll use my trusty toothbrush, or I will use the brush that I'm cleaning out with, and then I will give it a good scrub. So just before I put the bedding in, I wanted to talk to you about it because, as I said at the start of the video, I am a brand ambassador for easichick. So we have been using easichick and easybed for, well, ever since we've had our birds really, and we absolutely love it. But now we stick with easichick, which is specifically designed for birds. Now, not only is it cost effective to use with your birds because a little goes a long way, it's also dust free, which is so important because birds have such a sensitive respiratory system. You need to make sure that any substrate you're using is dust free. The other thing that's awesome and makes it perfect for birds is it's actually bacteria free. It's been lab tested, and there's actually an organic additive that's added to the easichick which makes it bacteria free, which is so important because obviously we want our birds down there foraging, and one of the benefits of having substrate at the base of your cage is to encourage natural feeding. Birds like cockatiels and budgies are natural ground feeders, so if we can simulate some of those natural feeding habits in human care, then that is awesome. So having a bacteria free, dust free bedding that's cost effective is brilliant. And one of the other cool features that I really like about it is they have these tokens on top of the bales. Hopefully you can see that there. They're called easy tokens, and what's cool about them is when you collect enough of them, you can actually trade them in for some merchandise and goodies. For example, I've got my cool easichick hoodie on here. They do gilets and tops and travel mugs and all different kinds of awesome things. So I think that's a really cool thing to give back to customers, to collect all these tokens and then get some easy swag, if you like. So I think that's really cool. So I'm going to open this bale now, save my token, and show you what the easichick looks like. So here's what the easichick looks like in the bale. So it's just wood fibre bedding, which is awesome. And I also wanted to show you the cute packaging down the bottom, which you couldn't see before. So it's got all different kinds of birds on there. So it's not just for parrots, you can use it for chickens and pigeons, finches, whatever you have at home. And I think that's really cool. So let's fill the tray with the bedding. So now the tray is back in, we've used the cardboard to prop it back up again so there's not a huge gap. I'm just going to pop the floor toys back in for them that I took out before. And then I'm going to choose some toys to fill the cage with. So apologies for the state of the carpet, but obviously I've been cleaning out. These are the toys that I'm going to put in. So I've got this huge, great big, I think it's called a melon or something, it's from Sky Pets. This is a Hagen Harry one, and it's got some corn husks in, which the birds love, but this is quite a new one, so they haven't really tucked into it yet. Then got this one. This is quite an interesting one. We weren't quite sure what the birds would think of it when we got it, but they really like these natural vegetable leather tanned pieces, and they like chewing them. And then we've got this other natural shredding toy here as well. So I'm going to pop these in, and then we'll see what the boys think. So here's the toys all in position. And the last thing I need to do is just pop their food and water bowls back in. So now I've popped the food and water back in, the last thing to do is pop these boys home so they can enjoy playing with their toys. And then it's tidy up time, so we'll get rid of all of the old bedding, finish tidying up, and then David gets the awesome job of hoovering while I go and sit down for a minute, which is awesome. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've really enjoyed this video. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about easichick, I'll have some information down in the description. Let me know your clean out routines, what products you use, but in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Take care and see you later.